Measles cases reach highest point since the disease was eliminated from U.S. in 2000. Measles cases in the U.S. have surged to their highest level since the disease was eliminated in 2000, with over 1,200 cases reported this year. This includes the first measles deaths in a decade, all in unvaccinated individuals. The increase is largely attributed to outbreaks in communities with low vaccination rates, like the one in West Texas, where vaccination rates fall far short of the 95% needed to prevent widespread transmission. A significant contributing factor is the decline in national MMR vaccination rates, dropping below 93% for kindergartners. This mirrors a similar situation in 2019, though a successful vaccination campaign in New York successfully contained that outbreak. However, reduced funding and the spread of misinformation are hindering efforts to control the current surge. Misinformation surrounding vaccine efficacy and alternative treatments, including the promotion of vitamin A as a cure, is proving to be a major challenge for health officials. This, coupled with decreased funding for state health departments, makes containing the outbreak even more difficult. Each case can cost tens of thousands of dollars to manage. The highly contagious nature of measles, particularly its danger to young children, underscores the urgent need for increased vaccination rates and effective countermeasures to combat misinformation. Measles is preventable with a highly effective vaccine, offering lifelong protection with 2 doses.
In our next story, global stock markets call president's bluff. President Trump announced new tariffs ranging from 25% to 40% on goods from 14 countries, effective August 1st. These countries include Japan, South Korea, and several others in Asia, Africa, and Europe. Despite the announcement, global markets reacted calmly, with major indices showing minimal change. The muted response is partly attributed to Trump's less rigid stance on the deadline, suggesting flexibility for countries willing to negotiate alternative arrangements. Analysts are betting on Trump backing down, referencing a past pattern of softening his initially aggressive trade policies. This expectation, along with ongoing trade negotiations, has lessened immediate market anxieties. Uncertainty remains, however, as the timeframe for potential deals is unclear. Some key trading partners like the European Union, India, and Taiwan have yet to receive similar letters, hinting at either pending agreements or future announcements. An EU diplomat expressed optimism regarding a potential EU-US trade deal that could avert previously planned tariffs. The overall market sentiment appears to reflect a belief that the tariffs will ultimately settle near current effective rates, possibly with adjustments based on future sector-specific negotiations. This perspective of eventual moderation underpins the relatively calm market reaction despite the initial announcement of increased tariffs.
In our next story, French president greeted by King Charles as state visit begins. French President Emmanuel Macron has begun a 3-day state visit to the UK, the first by a French president since 2008 and the first by an EU leader since Brexit. He and his wife, Bridget, were greeted by King Charles and Queen Camilla, following an earlier welcome from the Prince and Princess of Wales. The visit aims to strengthen UK-France relations, particularly amid ongoing uncertainties surrounding international alliances. Key topics for discussion between President Macron and Prime Minister Keir Starmer include collaborative efforts to curb channel crossings by small boats. Downing Street has emphasized the crucial nature of the UK-France relationship in addressing this and other shared priorities, such as economic growth, defense, and security. The visit includes a ceremonial welcome with a procession through Windsor, an inspection of troops, and a state banquet at Windsor Castle. King Charles's speech at the banquet will highlight the shared history and culture between the UK and France, emphasizing the need for unity in the face of global challenges like climate change and security threats. The state visit serves as a significant opportunity for both countries to reinforce their partnership at a time of geopolitical complexities, particularly concerning the evolving position of the United States on international affairs, such as its ongoing support for Ukraine.
In our next story, Tesla's troubles are deeper than you think. Tesla is facing significant headwinds, extending beyond the recent public feud between CEO Elon Musk and President Trump. While this highly publicized spat has garnered considerable attention, underlying financial concerns are posing a much graver threat to the company's future. The removal of the $7,500 electric vehicle tax credit and the elimination of emissions penalties for automakers have severely impacted Tesla's profitability, eliminating a major revenue stream from the sale of regulatory credits. This has dramatically reduced Tesla's bottom line and could push the company back into the red. Adding to Tesla's woes is a noticeable drop in sales, reaching a record 13% decline in the first 2 quarters of the year. This downturn isn't solely attributable to increased competition from established and emerging EV manufacturers, but also reflects a growing backlash against Musk's increasingly divisive political activities. These actions, coupled with concerns over the slow rollout and safety issues surrounding Tesla's robotaxi service, are fueling investor anxiety and further depressing stock prices. Analysts are urging Musk to refocus on the company's core business, highlighting the critical need for attention on the autonomous driving and robotics sectors during this crucial growth phase. The concern is that his political engagements are diverting valuable time and resources away from essential product development and market expansion. The current situation leaves Tesla vulnerable on multiple fronts, demanding a significant shift in strategy to navigate its current financial and reputational challenges. The expiration of the electric vehicle tax credit in October is expected to further exacerbate the sales decline, mirroring a similar situation in 2019 when Tesla was forced to significantly reduce its car prices. Musk's recent political moves risk alienating customers across the political spectrum, leaving the company's future increasingly uncertain unless a strategic refocus on core business objectives is swiftly implemented.
In our next story, now the road to recovery begins. Jasper Philipsen undergoes collarbone surgery following Tour de France crash. Jasper Philipsen, the Stage 1 winner and green jersey holder of the Tour de France, suffered a devastating crash during Stage 3. The crash, caused by an accidental collision with another rider, resulted in fractures to his collarbone and a acromioclavicular joint, forcing him to withdraw from the race. Following the incident, Philipsen underwent successful surgery to repair the damage. His Alpecin-Deceuninck team expressed their support, highlighting the successful operation and emphasizing their commitment to his recovery. Teammate Mathieu van der Poel expressed the team's sadness at Philipsen's absence while acknowledging the impact on team morale. Despite the setback, Alpecin-Deceuninck will continue to compete, with Caden Groves now taking over sprint duties. Van der Poel remains optimistic about future opportunities, although he admitted the team's spirits have been dampened. Other riders were also involved in crashes during Stage 3, but thankfully escaped serious injury. With Philipsen being the only rider to abandon the race, the incident underscores the inherent risks of professional cycling, yet also highlights the resilience and support within the cycling community, as evidenced by messages of support from fellow riders like